Good afternoon and welcome to the LMR Live Show from the University of Mississippi. This is season 11, episode 45, and we are so excited. Are we excited? As you can tell, we have a very robust audience with us here today, and we're excited for those of you who are watching via the live stream. We merge together education and entertainment to do what? Edutainment. Say it with me. Edutainment, indeed. We are continuing our new segments from last season, Truth Be Told, On the Line, LMR 360. Of course, we are keeping our game. It wouldn't be an episode without one. And today we are launching a new segment called Spotlight. More to come on that in a little bit. Life has been different in Oxford because an amazing girl group descended upon us, and last night, well, I'll go into it more, but it was epic. We today are focusing and talking with the Shindellas. If you have not heard of this group, you've been living under a rock, and if you get to ever experience them in person, it is, I'm not exaggerating, it is life-changing. So who is in this group? We have Casey Jones, Tamara Chauniece, and Stacy Johnson. And like I said, they are taking the world by storm. October 11th, they were on the Today Show. October 19th, the New York Times did an article on them. October 20th, they released their sophomore album. The 22nd, last night, they did a concert here. And today, for us, for LMR Live, pinch me, pinch me. So last night, it was epic. And I think in order to get a taste of those who aren't here of what transpired, we need to share a little clip. So we are going to play about last night.
So if you met somebody and you like that body, better have somebody. Can we do it again next weekend? Let the freaks in, cause I'm treating. Can we do it again? Send the invite. Get your fits right, cause I feel like we can do it again. Hey, last night was good for my soul. Where did the time go?
And I'm going to have to apologize to them because I'm changing the name of the song because I'm so obsessed about my own experience last night. The title of the song is actually Last Night Was Good for My Soul. And those of you who were there, was it? Yes! So I'm going to bring them out, but I want to share what Broadway World recently said about them. The Shindellas made history as the first R&B band to perform at the CMT Awards in 2021. In addition to widespread critical acclaim, the trio has performed most recently at the 2023 Black Music Honors, as well as the 2022 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting, and the list could go on. NPR says, girl group vocal pop has evolved across many generations without always getting its due as a legitimate musical tradition. As a sophisticated girl group rising out of the Nashville music-making community, the Shindellas are positioned to defy all these perceptions and more. Help me welcome the Shindellas. You're fabulous! Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'd like to say we actually coordinated. We got a little bit of theme back here, but great minds think alike. Let's go with that. So before we dive into a lot of the core and meat specific to you guys, we want to do a little questionnaire inspired by Marcel Proust. And we have a few questions that we want to ask you just to see where you stand on a few things. We call this segment Truth Be Told.
Oh boy.
Let's hit it. What is your favorite sound? And we could go down the line or pop it up. Don't overthink it.
My father's laugh.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
The ocean.
Oh,
Sound
yes.
of water.
Yes.
That's so good, Stace. God, I mean, you guys, I don't even know. I mean, I would have to say my favorite sound is the three of us in harmony.
Ooh.
I'm on board. I'm on board. I'm on board. Fabulous. See, we just got a glimpse into your soul just through that answer. All right, next one up. where in the world do you most want to visit?
We talk about this all the time.
All the time. There's so many.
Yeah. Africa, of course.
Yes.
South Africa. That's one.
All right.
I've been there before, but Jamaica. I just want to visit there all the time. It's so beautiful, and I want to bring my girls there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would love somewhere I've been or somewhere I want to go. The Seychelles.
Oh my. Well, if you need someone to tag along,
Let's
happy to
all
come.
go.
The whole team. We're ready to go. We'll carry your bags. All right, let's hit it again. One more. Who are your heroes in real life?
Ooh, my mom. Absolutely.
Her mom too, yeah.
I hope your mom's watching.
I know she's watching too. Oh my gosh.
Definitely a hero. She came in for us like during COVID and was just like so supportive.
Made
Yeah.
us masks.
Oh my gosh. They were sequenced too. Same
All
with
right.
face masks.
Essential,
Yes.
right?
She knew what we needed.
Absolutely. What would you say?
My mom, definitely. And the older I get, the more I'm just like, wow, that woman. Wow.
It is amazing as we go
Yeah.
through our lives, the stages, how perception just evolves and changes and develops. Very cool. Well, thank you for playing Truth Be Told with us. We appreciate it very much. So I want to kick off, how did this group start?
Oh my goodness. It started with an idea. Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony, who are songwriter, producer extraordinaire, they joined forces after being a little bit disenchanted with the music industry. They created a band called Louis York, and they moved to Franklin, Tennessee, and started an independent label artist collective called Weirdo Workshop. And they were looking at the music landscape, and they were like, something's missing. Where are the girl groups? Where are the women like our girlfriends and our mothers? Like, where is their representation in music? And they already had an artist in mind that they knew they wanted to work with, a young Stacy Johnson.
Seed member.
Yeah, they brought the idea to me, and I just loved the idea of singing music that my grandmother could listen to and my little sister could listen to at the same time. I wouldn't feel like shy or turn down this song or anything like that, but messaging that I felt would empower them and something they would hear and feel proud that I'm, singing to the world.
I want to dovetail into that because
Yeah.
that's the thing that is, I think there's so many things that are refreshing about what you do, but there's so much depth and core and edge and all this in your music, but yet it's accessible to all. It's not like something where you're like, oh wait, we shouldn't do this. It's like it allows any generation to just jump in and get it, whether it's an older generation thinking back, or if it's a younger generation, it just seems forward thinking.
Absolutely.
So I love that so much.
Yeah, I mean, and that's intentional.
Yeah.
We want our music to be a safe space for the world, and our main mission is to basically allow people to feel free when they come to our shows. And the messaging is important because it's so much thrown at us every single day, but when you can come into a space and feel safe and hear encouraging words and hear things that empower you, it's important.
Absolutely, and you guys talked about this last night at the concert, but the world being divided, right? We're in this time, but it just, though your music, it just unites.
Yes.
It brings people together. And it's
Yeah.
just, so if you have not listened, you have to listen. Pull out your phone, get on Spotify, I don't know, don't crank it right now, but it is just, it's amazing. So you're the first member of the group, then...
We searched for almost 2 years looking for these angels. There was a lot of no's, a lot of visioning, a lot of crying and praying and searching, auditions and meetups, and every time I would meet a new person and explain what we were trying to do, it just became more real. And I just wanted it a little bit more, and the no's became like a challenge, like,
So let me make sure I understand, were there moments where you were saying no to people because you didn't feel it was the right click, or was it other people saying no? Was it a combination?
I wanted to say yes to everybody. Chuck and Claude, who've worked with Whitney Houston, Rihanna, Jasmine Sullivan, Fantasia, said
Dion.
no so easily. I'd be like, look at this perfect person. They'd be like, no. I'm like, what? And they're like, no, that's not it. I'm like, okay. And we just went through that, auditions, like singing. it was really surface, and what I learned was that there was so much more than just your vocal ability and what you look like, but there was this actual character that needed to be there, and your values had to be aligned, and that you can't search for that kind of thing. You can't put that on your resume. And
Do you
that's
think
what
that
was
they
being
were
built.
able to see that even better than you at that time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think they also just had a feeling.
Yeah.
Got it.
And when we spoke with Tam, we called her because we found Tam online. She had a viral video she was singing Santa Baby online.
So
And
good,
she was
y'all.
singing down, and she was gorgeous, and it was so mysterious. And she's
Her
like
lips.
singing with lip forward
It was like
videos.
black and white.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
And her perfect teeth.
And Claude doesn't
gosh.
DM anybody, but he was like, should I? I was like, do it. And he did it, and she responded, and her phone call. I still say this, Tam has so much grace. She, on the call, some people would be like, well, what you gonna do for me, And I'm bringing this to the table, so what do you guys have? And so it would be like an immediate no.
Right. Right.
And Tam said, thank you guys so much for this opportunity. It sounds so wonderful. I just need a little time to think about it. If you don't mind, can I call you back? And we were like, okay.
Take note, everybody, students, take note.
Grace, just grace, and just, understanding who you're speaking to, or even if you don't know who you're speaking to, allowing, grace and respect to be in the room is just so important, and it made such an impression on all of us.
Yeah.
We flew her out. I didn't know much about Nashville, Tennessee at the time. I had just been there a couple months, but I tried to show her around. We went thrifting. And then I was like, and here we are,
That's it.
And that's it. We played some music.
Yeah.
And Case came.
We went thrifting too.
We did.
Yeah. They chased the moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
We both love the moon and just its position there.
And there was a super moon that
Yes.
night. We were driving around and we were like, what do we do? And I was like, there's a super moon tonight. She was like, I do know that. We had both been thinking about it all night. This is fun. Gosh, how are we going to see the moon tonight? And then she was like, should we go find it?
Yeah.
And we drove all over Nashville and found the perfect position and just leaned back and we're like, and then the next day we sang together.
Yeah, and she fills up a house. We have opera singers in here. This lady can just sing so effortlessly and fill up this entire room and make you be like, woohoo, breaking all the glass.
You're
That's
loud.
so powerful, and she's just such a bright light. I always say that she's the sunshine, that person who just makes you feel better when they come in the room. And that's such a great dynamic to have in a group, because I'm moody, and I'm the one who's like, I've got vision and drive, and I'm like, let's go all the time. So when you have that, and you have grace, and you have joy, it makes this wonderful brew of just perfection in a band. And we can get so much done that way.
I love
It's a
that.
good
I mean,
balance.
it takes bravery and confidence to bring people on who have these other strengths. I think sometimes people get intimidated when someone has a different, a superpower different than their own. Is that threatening? But how empowering to embrace that and let it calibrate together. Because you guys are making magic. There's no doubt.
Thank you.
So how long did it take for you guys to feel, it's almost like your sisters.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where it was like, okay, this is right, we're in for the long haul? Was it immediate? Did it take some time?
It was pretty immediate, so.
These two hugged for 20 minutes
So
when they first met. I was like, do I leave?
She's like, should you maybe get a room? No, but Tam and I flew out to Nashville the same week, but missed each other. We crossed.
Yeah.
And then at the time, I was under contract in Vegas doing a musical. And so I knew it was a yes, but I couldn't get to Nashville until my contract was up in April.
What musical was it?
It was Vegas the Show.
Got it.
It's a really fun show. It's still running. And so Tam, after she got back to Texas, we flew out in November. After you got back to Texas, she just was like, I'm doing it, packed her car,
Yep.
and drove across the states
9 hours.
to get to Nashville and just was like, okay.
I'm here.
And then I was like, they're both there. Are they gonna forget about me? Are they gonna choose some? And then I flew, I think the guys, sensing my complete anxiety, flew me back out so that we could all meet and just make sure. In that moment with Super Bowl Sunday, Gaga was performing, killed it.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping ahead. This is on a later card, but they have a vision board, and I'm just
Yeah.
posting now. And I planted this seed last night. It may already be on your vision board, but I want Super Bowl on your vision
Oh
board.
yeah.
They are going to do. I predict you are going to do the halftime show at the Super Bowl in the future. So
Thank you.
I think it's pretty cool. That's moving it.
Amazing.
On the vision board, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, Stace was like, Tam's pulling up, and we pulled up, and Tam pulled up.
Oh my gosh.
She had this fur vest on and this hat and like these sunnies. I had just come off a plane. Like I looked like everyone's like funky little cousin. And Tam was like, hey, and I was like, wow. And then I was like, hi. And we hugged for a long time.
Like a long time.
And then we had the best time.
Yeah.
And then
So
that,
it was like lightning
it
in a
was
bottle.
like lightning in a bottle.
Our meeting was like lightning in a bottle. And then not too soon after that, once Case got settled in, we got what we call soul naked with each other. So Stacy had transformed our space at Weirdo Workshop, which is like our little creative hub in Franklin. She transformed the garage to make it our rehearsal space. So she brought in like this large mirror. There was like a huge rug. It was like our meditation space. We did yoga in there.
Dance
Yeah.
Dance
Cried.
floor, we prayed, we cried, we did all the things, but one of the first things we did was we got honest with each other about our intentions and what we wanted from the Shindellas experience and the journey, and I think that's what set the tone and what's actually continuing to bind us today, you know?
Yeah.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. So I'm curious, all moving new to Nashville, what's been the biggest surprise about Nashville?
The art scene.
Yeah.
Is incredible. And Nashville's really in a Black arts renaissance right now. And it has been like thrilling to be a part of it. We have a new Clarence Edward, he's one of our new arts commissioners. He's a young queer Black man. He's been creating this the most beautiful space for the LGBTQ community. And we've gotten to partner with them a little bit, and there's just so much more art in Nashville than I realized.
What do you love most? Is that the thing you love most about being there? The thing that was most surprising, or?
Nashville is growing, but it also has a quiet country home feeling, and I love that the most. Like, I drive by cows every day, and I get to be in this quiet space where I can be creative and focus, and it's not too busy or feel like, you're supposed to be doing something else, but you can just calm down. I love that part
You get to have
about
the best of both possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, we have questions from viewers and
fun.
students. So we're going to jump to a segment we want to that is called On the Line, and we're going to ask some of their questions. So,
Hello.
yes. Curious question about DJ True Star.
Yes.
Is DJ True Star, who I wish she was up here.
She's right here.
Give it up for DJ True Star. Question is are your performances always with DJ Star or ever with live musicians?
That's a great question. We actually have scalable shows. So DJ True Star is actually our favorite. So
right.
she has been traveling with us a lot as of late, but literally we have Chuck Harmony, who's basically like our music director / producer and writer of all of our music, who actually will play piano for us. And then we'll have like Nashville musicians that will come and play with us if it's a local show, or even if it's like out of the state, like we'll have, we have a great network of people, so
That's
it's
great. You
Yeah.
get to do it a lot of different ways,
Yeah.
right? That's cool. Love the new album. They want to know, tell us about Shindo. How should we incorporate that word into sentences in our daily lives?
That album is
Right.
a shindo. Okay? That's
how
how
you
you
do it.
incorporate it. It is a feeling, that inspiration, goosebumps, chills, like overcoming just whoop. That is a shindo. And that's the way the Shindellas want to make you feel, baby. We want
I
to give you
love
the
it.
chill.
Yes.
So we are referencing their latest album that just came out. I mean, October for you guys has been epic,
It's
has it
been
not?
nuts.
epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiminy, wow.
I
Yeah.
mean,
So I think, I already shared this on the side, if you ever have pins that are Shindo or, blinged up,
Yeah.
would be my suggestion. I will wear it and push them here.
Yes.
I'm all in about this, and I'm going to be incorporating the Shindo into my life all the time,
Yes.
specifically the word.
it sounds like you were shindoed.
Yeah.
This is true.
night.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. Absolutely.
Yes.
The Shindellas shindowed me last night.
Yes.
The team's been teasing me. They're like, you lost your mind. Okay, question. How do you vocally warm up? Do you have a favorite exercise?
Oh, we have a few.
We have a few. We utilize a lot of YouTube
Yeah.
videos. We've made up some. One of them became a song on our debut album. Everything is already right where it needs to be. That was like a vocal warm-up / mantra. And then we were like, we should probably record this because it's great. So, yeah.
So do you come up with the vocalises together a bit, or do you work with one another at all, or is it you do your individual thing and then come together?
I think it's a little bit of both. I know we all have different instruments, and different backgrounds too. So we all have like the warm-ups I think we do on our own. When we come together, I will say there is a teacher on YouTube, Jeff Rolka. We use a lot. So shout out to Jeff Rolka because we use Jeff a
He's
lot.
solid, yeah.
He's very solid.
That's great. That's great. Another question, last one in this segment. What is the hardest part of the business?
Oh my gosh.
The business.
The business.
I mean,
yeah.
that is a deep dive. I mean, we would literally be talking about that all day. The hardest part.
Of the business.
I mean, there's so many hard parts.
And when I say, let me just say, when I say the business, where does your mind go? Because that could be, I mean, so many places, right?
Yeah.
And it may be different for each of you. Where does your mind go when I say the business?
Mine goes to money.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can't have a business if you don't have income and like some source like to sustain and to continue to like supply. So I feel like my mind goes to money. And that can be so hard when you're trying to be creative, but you have to do it or else you won't be able to sustain. It just won't work. So that's one of the hardest things is breaking the ice or having the hard conversations first, or learning when to ask for stuff when you need it, or just those hard things. Nobody really teaches you that. You have to
It's true.
just get it from the gut and go. You have to
Well, I
just
think
go for it.
so many times in the arts too, there's this misconception that you enjoy doing it, and won't you just do this? This will be fun for you. As opposed, no, it's business.
It is business.
It's an
Where does your mind
essential
go, Tam?
service.
I would have to say my mind goes to the fact that we are women and we are in a male-dominated industry. And so there's like this very delicate dance between being a diva and being gracious, because it's like you have to let them know what you want and you have to be stern about it and you have to stand on everything that you desire. So that has been interesting to navigate as a woman, yeah.
Do you find moments where you have to adjust who you are in order to succeed in that, or have you found a way to make sure you're staying true to yourself? I mean, how do you navigate that? Because I mean, there have been moments where, in my career, where it's been suggested to behave a certain way to get the outcome. It's this delicate balance of like, okay, but that's not who I am.
Right,
You
right.
know, how do you deal with that?
Lots of prayer. I would have to say lots of prayer. I would have to say we are so blessed to be working with two men who just value our opinion, value our gifts enough to hear us out. And
I think that's super important.
Yeah,
Because I think if it's so easy today to make gross generalizations, right? And I see hope in that, and really a moment of pause. It is who you put around you,
Right.
and finding those who are going to respect what you're doing, who you are in that way. That's great.
absolutely.
That's great. Where's your mind go for the business?
Oh my gosh, it was all of that, and then also the standing in your integrity, because when you're standing in your integrity in our business, it can be a longer path.
Yeah.
It can be a slower path. But believing in yourself through the noise. That's what I'd say.
That's good.
Believing, having just like a dogged belief in your vision and in your gift, and trusting that through all the noise.
What do you think the loudest noise is right now?
I mean, there's social media, but it's specifically that there's so many, it's so based on trends.
Yes.
So
Yes.
since everything, we're literally like, ooh, what's trending? We need to boost ourselves in the algorithm. We have this great album, but like, are we doing this trending audio? Are we doing this new dance trend? And it's fun, but it's also really time consuming
Right.
and draining. And then you're constantly self-evaluating, which is bad for creativity.
Yes.
And so I think that noise is it's not malicious intentionally.
No.
But then you're comparing your one-of-a-kind, unique art. I'm hitting my mic. To, sorry, online listeners. Knock, knock. But you're comparing your one-of-a-kind, unique art that's based on your lived experience, your family history, your interpretation of the world, to a TikTok trend or the trending style of vocalizing instead of committing to yourself. And it's hard because the whole world will tell you, you know, if you guys just sounded like this, if you guys just did like a couple songs like this, if you guys just did the Bust It challenge, you guys just, you know, twerked a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Absolutely, but
it's
is
like,
it right
but
for
is it right
you?
for us and what and who we are as the Shindellas and what we're putting out there? How does that work?
I love how you just stated all of that, because I think so much the response is it's the noise of social media, it's others, but it's really, if I'm hearing you, and tell me if I'm off base, but I love this, is this idea of how are you processing what is actually coming in front of you, you know, and trusting who you are, what your artistry is. It's really well said.
Thank you.
Aren't they just, I mean, I feel like I've known them forever and I haven't, but it's so heartfelt. All right, thank you for those questions. That was
those are good
our On the Line
questions.
segment.
Great questions.
I feel like we got a little heavy, so we're gonna flip it and
Okay.
get a little cuckoo bananas. We always play a game on LMR Live, and we are going to play a game today called Word Association. We're gonna play a little video to get us in the mood, and
Let's
then
go.
I'll explain the rules. Here we go. We hope you are game and ready for this because it's about to get really feisty in here. So
boy.
they're competing against one another. We're going to see who really wants the big prize at the end. So the game here is word association. Going to give a one-word prompt, and we're going to see which one of the Shindellas can think up a song based on that word, break into it, and then they will get the point. Antoin Marshall will be keeping score here as we go along. Let's practice one just for fun. And audience, feel free to chime in on this one. If I say the word, get ready, sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only
Okay.
sunshine. Make
So
me
we have
happy.
All
when
right.
skies
I
are
was like,
gray.
You would get the point.
Oh yeah.
Love it. All right.
Talking
That's
about.
what we're doing here.
All right,
All
Stace.
right. Are we
All right,
ready?
you're a contender.
It's
Here we
going to
go.
be feisty, and here we go. Cue or word number one is records.
Put your records on.
We've been literally singing the same song.
Time.
All right. Well, we're gonna give that to Case because she got the whole line out.
All right.
I think
Records.
it's a
Very
tie. I
nice.
think that's a tie.
Very nice. Very nice. Word number two, dust.
Another one bites the dust.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
Listen, she has
Another one bites the dust. Another one down. Show bands, baby.
She has a deep archive.
All right. I think we have a leader in
down
this,
two.
race
Come on,
right
Stace.
here. Come on,
Come
ladies.
on.
I'm pulling for all of you. I'm showing no
I'm
favoritism.
pulling for me, baby.
All right.
Let's go. Go me.
Word number three, crazy.
Crazy. Crazy for feeling so alone.
See, the thing about it
We
is,
don't want to break the
she
group
yells it
up
out
through this game,
before
but
we even get a chance to get a word out. So we gotta get.
You gotta be faster.
Word.
You gotta go
Tips
quick,
for
baby.
Trying to like lead into the word,
Yeah.
the sentence, you know. And
All right.
all right. It is 3-0. We're going to go to the word number 4. Name.
That's not my name.
Yay! That's
They
what I
call
was
me
gonna do.
Stacy. Okay, there we go.
That's what I was
All
gonna
right.
do,
I feel like
Stace.
I'm
Some
really
love
trash.
has
I was
been
like, let me
spread.
give them a chance, you know? Just hold back, you know?
Next word is electric.
It's electric. You can move it. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. But I know how to do it. It's
Jamaican artist. Should have known that.
I think we
Should've
have
known
a
that.
winner,
That's my
folks.
script
Do we
thing.
agree that we have a winner? Let's give it up.
So we'll give it up for her, even though she didn't actually sing the songs. That's the other thing.
We're gonna
Oh my
present
gosh.
you with a small cake. You may
Oh,
not
it is
want
a
to-
cake.
It is a cake.
Well,
so
you
we're
got to
gonna-
share it, so there we go.
We did make the agreement if it was
We all
snacks, we
won.
had to share.
We'll put it
Oh, that
here,
looks
and that's your
yummy, too.
prize for winning.
Oh,
a
and it's
game.
literally
Good job,
small
Paige.
cakes.
High
Winning
five.
the game. Yes.
You know, when you've sung in cover bands. No cake for you.
I'm just kidding.
Tam,
just
We're
kidding.
gonna enjoy
We're gonna
this on the
enjoy
ride
it.
home.
Yes. Sorry.
You can have a sprinkle.
We're seeing other sides. I love it. I love it. I want to talk a little bit about, there was one song last night, it's not on the latest album, but the way you really address this concept of fear. We just talk a little bit about just
Yeah.
that word,
Yes.
and then we're going to lead into this, talking about the song.
That song's called Fear Has No Place in My Heart. And I love that song. We love that song. It came in the middle of 2020. We had been quarantined. There had been a tornado in Nashville. So there was a lot of displaced people, and we had went out and bought up all this stuff to donate to all of these people in our community. And especially toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then there was no toilet paper for anywhere in the country. And there were murder hornets, and there was violence, there was police brutality, there was just a lot of craziness happening, and we were all afraid. And we would have these meetings, and I personally felt my heart get hard. I felt it harden, and I was like, what is this feeling? I don't like it. I can't fit love in there with a hardness. I can't grow that way. So we came up with this song. We'd started it, and the meaning just changed as the times changed, and it was Fear Has No Place in My Heart. We recorded it.
Yeah.
We feel like we had to break through a lot of our own fears, insecurities, and struggles as artists, and just, attacking a song, how we sing a song. And it healed us, and we felt like it would heal everyone else too in that time. So
It's an amazing
There's no
song,
place.
and if you haven't listened to it, you should, and the music video is fabulous too.
Thank you. We're really proud of that video.
They sang this last night. It just brought such power at this place. Last year we celebrated the 60th years of integration at the University of Mississippi and Mr. James Meredith. And we're 60 years later, but we just have a long way to go. Yeah. So to have that message is just so powerful and serves such a purpose. So thank you for sharing that, especially at this place. Yeah. It really just has such profound impact, and to help us all that we don't get that hardened heart, that we keep the hope, that we keep, and we don't allow that fear to take over. I'm just going to do a quote of James Meredith. This was in the Oxford Eagle, March of 2022. Most people don't know fear is not only the most powerful thing in the world. There's a million things to fear. Violence is one of the mildest forms of fear. The greatest fear is that people won't like you. Everybody wants to be liked. Most people want to be loved. Meredith said nobody wants to upset the status quo because of that same fear of judgment, but he believes it is his duty to help shape that fear from Mississippians. So thank you for blessing us with that song last night here in this space. And I highly recommend you check it out, because if we can remove that fear from our hearts, we'll just all be connected in a more beautiful way.
Yes.
Thank you. So we have another new segment on LMR Live. I'm excited for you guys to meet somebody. We held auditions for performers to be on the LMR Live show, and Frankie Amore was selected, and he is going to share an original song here in a moment. Before we get there, because we have to set the stage a little bit, so we're about to enjoy Current Student. As we set the stage, we're going to share a video with you of an alum from the LMR team, just to give an update of what is happening with some of our alumni from this institution. Lacey Halley.
Lacey Halley is a 2018 graduate of the University of Mississippi Department of Music and a former member of the LMR Dream Team. After earning her degree in music, Lacey headed to Johns Hopkins University, where she graduated with her master's in vocal performance from the Peabody Institute. Now married to her patient, kind-hearted, supportive partner, she's a full-time faculty member at Northwest Mississippi Community College, which recently celebrated its ribbon cutting of a multi-million-dollar Steinway academic facility and performing arts center. Lacey is thrilled to have achieved a lifelong goal of performing with the Memphis Symphony Orchestra and is most proud of her students who have received scholarships to pursue performance at respected institutions. She is currently working on research at the University of Memphis, studying self-efficacy and self-agency and its role in the private voice studio to form better methods of student confidence on and off the stage. Here's what LMR meant to Lacey.
Being part of LMR meant something so innovative and fresh, which I don't really think I realized at the time as a young undergraduate assistant, but now I can really appreciate it because there was nothing like it at any other university where the students can get that hands-on, tangible experience with everything behind the scenes. So that idea that the show must go on, well, we were really part of the must go on part. So I just remember being in control of the tech setup for live streaming. And, you know, if we had any hiccups, well, that was on us. We had to think on our toes, problem solve, and take leadership. Another thing that I loved was hanging out with and getting to know all of the high-level professionals in the field of music. So that really taught me how to network with people that at the time I was pretty intimidated by. So I think that put me to an advantage, right? So I could communicate with high-level professionals and not be afraid of doing that later on, especially in my master's program. And LMR kept my inspiration fresh and learning from all of these creatives, highlighting that continued learning and learning from each other is the best part of what we do as musicians, that collaboration, and that's what LMR is all about.
So, Frankie Amore is originally from a small town in West Virginia. He grew up loving anything that would allow him to stand up, move around, and be himself. We all aim for that, yeah? He played many sports, but also really into music. When he was looking for a university, he wanted to go somewhere where he could pursue music and pole vaulting, yes?
Yes.
We're all going when that launches in January.
That'll be indoor. We'll have a home meet here in March.
March! All right, we're all gonna go. All right, so we are so lucky that he is here with us. He is about to share an original song. Frankie, do you mind sharing a little bit with us about it, setting the context, and then we're gonna whoop it up.
Awesome. Okay, so this song is called Kelly. I wrote Kelly as kind of like a metaphorical love song to all the things that have helped me with tough moments in my life. So the first half is kind of like, you know, putting it into perspective of like this Kelly figure and me thanking and admiring that. And then the second half is me letting everybody else know that they can find Kelly too, no matter how hard it gets. Some form of Kelly's always going to be there, person, place, thing, whatever it might be. So, yeah.
Let's give it up for Frankie doing Kelly!
Cause for me at times I only knew lies and heartache. Well, she showed me her ways, bringing happier days, learning to love myself first. And after all this time I can call her mine. She makes my heart burst. Let me tell you about Kelly, how she loves everyone and brings a brighter sun to this dark world of hate. Oh, how she's beautiful, her smile so wonderful. Oh, and her hair, nothing compares to Kelly. Oh, have you ever known a still small voice that will soothe your soul? Gives you butterflies, dries your crying eyes. She's larger than life, and I promise you, you'll find Kelly too. She'll love you and treat you just right. Let me tell you about Kelly, how she loves everyone and brings a brighter sun to this dark world of hate. Oh, how she's beautiful, her smile so wonderful. Oh, and her hair, nothing compares to Kelly. Oh, I know it's hard at times. Listen up, little one, it will be alright. Trust me, I know I've done this 1,000 times. Just let Kelly guide you to the light. Let me tell you about Kelly, how she'll fix all your woes, keep you safe from your dreadful foes, keeps you close in her heart. How she thinks you're so beautiful, your smile so wonderful. Yes, and your hair, nothing compares to Kelly's love for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, yeah.
That was wonderful. I'm giving you a hug. Good job.
Frankie, you are awesome. Go over there, give one more hug.
Come get this
You are
hug.
awesome. And I didn't say this in the intro. He also states he is going after a folksy Harry Styles.
Yes.
Which I liked. I forgot to do that in my intro. But how does it feel getting to sing for them?
Good, really good. This is kind of the first time I've performed my original music other than my recital last year, and after kind of writing a lot more. And so it's kind of nice to come out in this way of like, you know, like I also do this and this is my original music and I love, you know, performing in this way. It's very vulnerable, very scary, but I love it. That's what makes it so fun.
And you want to record an album, right?
Yes, yeah. All the writing is finished for my album. It's called Postscript. And so hopefully I'm in the process of recording and producing right now. I hope to have it finished by the end of the year. So yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Thoughts from y'all?
Shindowed.
Yes!
I'm shindowed.
That's the perfect word, Case. It was beautiful.
I just want to be Kelly,
Yeah.
and you be my Prince Charming, because like, hi, I'm Kelly. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I love
Really
the
encouraging.
concept too.
Thank
Like
you.
addressing that feeling, and it could apply romantically, it could apply to faith.
Yeah.
I kept thinking of it in the context of like a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I the term Kelly, the name comes from. I work at a summer camp with kids, like as a senior staff or camp counselor type figure, and there's it's an Episcopalian camp, and so we have something there called Kelly's Cross, and so I kind of thought of this concept. I was sitting at the lake, kind of just like thinking at night, saw Kelly's Cross, and was like, man, I've come so far, and I love that idea of Kelly, and like for me, faith is part of that aspect, but I also wanted to make sure that I could find something that was universal to everyone, and so that's why I came up with Kelly, and so I thought it was just a really cool way of doing that. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Fabulous. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you, Frankie.
Oh my gosh.
So talented.
yes.
So glad I had tissue.
Stepping out of, what am I trying to say? The bubble of what you do as your major here, but this is part of it. It's integral. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. They're telling me to wrap it up. Really? We have 2 minutes.
Okay.
I have so much more to ask. I gotta get in about Good as Gold.
Okay.
So, you guys do your own choreography, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
You gotta look at their videos, and if you want to be inspired for a dance party, go to Good as Gold, and it's just a great time. Great time. So I just sincerely want to thank you for agreeing to come to the University of Mississippi, and for agreeing to do this concert last night and this interview today. You've really shared a lot of yourselves, and we acknowledge that. This is possible today because of one of the Living Music Resources key partners, and I want to give a huge shout out to the Sarah Isom Center for Women and Gender Studies, and most specifically to Teresa Starkey and to Kevin Cozart. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being incredible collaborators and having a vision for moving forward, even if everyone else's toes are pointed the other direction. Yes. Let's give it up for them, please.
And can we give a shout out as well? Oh my gosh.
This is noteworthy.
We wanted to shout out This Is Noteworthy.
Yes.
They have their campus and hub in Water Valley, and Becca Finley, who founded This Is Noteworthy, is who facilitated this, introduced us to everyone at Sarah Isom Center, and it's just been, the shindo is mutual. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. And it goes to show, we're more powerful when we work with others, whether it's this group, whether it's collaborators. So yes. I also want to thank my partner in all of this, Brady Bramlett, Executive Managing Director of LMR and Director of this show, Graduate Assistant Antoin Marshall, and Undergraduate Assistants Benton Donohue, Maya Taylor, Ben Curry, and Isabel Goad. Whether it is the set that they meticulously curated, whether it's the digital media that you get to enjoy, whether it's the content we craft together, they are the LMR Dream Team, and they deserve a round of applause. And what are we doing? We are on a music research revolution. So until next time, we'll see you there. Edutainment!
Edutainment!